Crystal with Hattis Hierophant, and I am your tarot reader. Aquarius, you all have been so welcoming to this community, to this platform. I posted my first set of videos last month and I was so nervous about doing it, but you all just reached out with love and light. I am so grateful. So what I'd like to do is give you all a gift of a free reading. However, I can only choose one per sign. So in order to qualify, just subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. Any comment will do, and I will do it the old-fashioned way. Put your name in a big old bucket and choose per zodiac. So good luck. I hope it's you. Now let's get on to your March 2020 reading. Now, for the center of your reading, I have the 10 of Swords. So this is going to be the overall energy for your moon energy, which is our emotions and spirit working in our favor, and in your sun energy, which is where we show up, and that's also our ego along with your immediate present. So we know that that 10 of Swords is going to be that energy that radiates throughout. So there's a couple of things that I'm getting with that 10 of Swords. So for sure, Aquarius, there's going to be a certain way of thinking, a certain thought process that is going to have to end or die. And I almost feel like that you challenged a certain way of thinking. And because you challenged it, it's almost like you won, but not really, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when you're just kind of proving to be right, by the time you win, you know, you don't feel like you've won. You just kind of proven your point. And I also have with that energy, I feel like that perhaps there's a certain relationship that had to end. And it doesn't feel like a romantic relationship. It feels more business oriented, or even in education, or even in religion. Those three things are really pushing forward for me, for you, Aquarius. So let's go on to your moon energy. And I have the 6 of Wands, the Devil card, and the 3 of Swords. So just to get back to that center energy, right? And that 3 of Swords, that's all about a huge disappointment. And typically I'm not a third party kind of girl when I get the 3 of Swords, but I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling like perhaps this business venture or this relationship, it was between you and one other person, and perhaps a family member came in, or a third party came in, or almost like an attorney, or a what do you call that, the person who's not an attorney, arbitrator, right? I feel like there was a third party that came in and it kind of forced your hand. And Aquarius, I feel like that's the only way you get to that point. You typically don't get to that point to where I'm being forced to be this way. I'm being forced to make this decision unless you're pushed. And I felt like in this case that perhaps you were pushed. And then with this Devil card, I almost feel like this third party, like it's like scrupulous. It was not from a good place when they brought it to your attention. So when things were working out between you and this person, everything was good. You were going through the motions and things were working out. But when this third party came in, when this other party came in, they came in throwing sand and dirt and bringing razor blades to the fight. And you're like, whoa, I thought we were just having coffee, right? So I feel like, yeah. I feel like they kind of snuck in on you. See, with this 6 of Wands and that Devil card with this 3 of Swords, I feel like they snuck in on you when you thought everything was going just fine and splendid. Like we were making decisions, and all of a sudden this outside party who knows nothing about nothing. They don't know the history that we've put in. They don't know the commitments we've already made. They don't know the agreements we've already made. And now they're coming in, bringing a gun to a fist fight. And you're like, what? So now that made you, Aquarius, come out of the box. And this is how I know. They asked for the Emperor, so you brought the Emperor, Aquarius. This is in your sun energy. And then we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Nine of Swords. So obviously this is bringing you some anxiety. And you know what? And the reason why it's bringing you anxiety, because you had to step outside of yourself. You had to bring out this Emperor, and you really don't like doing that. You don't feel like that's how you best serve. You don't feel like this is how you show your best self, is when you are in that energy of the Emperor. And because this kind of went down as it did, it's bringing you sleepless nights. It's bringing you worry and stress, because it just kind of got you off guard. And the worry and stress really is not so much about the situation, but how they got you off guard, Aquarius. That's what you're thinking. And with this Knight of Swords, you're like, oh, you wanted the bull with the horns, you're gonna get it. And I feel like that, you know, they may have brought sand to the coffee shop, but you brought the razor blades. You're like, oh, you want to play that? I can do that too. Slow down, Aquarius, slow down. I'm going to expand on that a little bit more just to make sure everybody is safe. All right. Obviously, in your immediate present, I see the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Now, sevens are, are very spiritual. So although it feels absolutely chaotic, it does, Aquarius. I can see that, obviously. You feel like you have to defend yourself. Like, what is all this crazy Looney Tune, like, chaos that's going on? Like, I thought that things were good, and now all of a sudden you're bringing things out of the woodworks from 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, I thought we squashed that a long time ago. But this unscrupulous third party they brought in was like, this is how we're gonna get them. And you're like, it didn't even have to be that way. I would have given you this stuff. I would have given you this business. I would have given you the dog. I would have given you the house. You could have the car. Like, that's how you feel, Aquarius. You're like, you didn't have to come with all this stuff. All you had to do was ask me, and I thought that's what we were doing, right? Let's see how this is gonna go down, Aquarius. I'm curious. All right, so let's expand on this moon energy. So what are some energies that I feel here? I feel Aries energy. I feel Capricorn energy. Your two major arcanas is the Emperor and the Devil. Very interesting. Yeah. Oh, sugar plus. All right. I don't read cards upside down in reverse, so I just flipped them over. And that Six of Wands I expanded on, we have the Four of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like one of your sister signs also had the same energy in their immediate present. So again, when they came to you, when you were just like going through life like every day, like we've made these decisions together to do it this certain kind of way, and when they brought in these people, you know, it made you feel like you just tossed me out in the dirt, in the cold. Like, I thought there was some trust here, and now all of a sudden I'm made to feel like I'm garbage. What? Right? And this is making you want to retreat. Like, you're like, I want to get out of here. I want to get away. I want to get away from this crap. Like, that's how you're feeling. But listen, Aquarius, right? Because this is spirit working in your favor. They're very aware of this disappointment and this tomfoolery with this Three of Swords. You will be the victor anyway, right? They came for you, but apparently they didn't know who they were dealing with, because you have the Ace of Swords. So this is not only a new beginning, honey, but this is one of fire, right? And passion and purpose, okay? With the World card, what were they thinking? You are already ruled under Saturn, much like Capricorn, which is the devil, is Capricorn energy. So this is just confirmation that they have come toe to toe with the wrong Aquarius they have. Let's check out this devil energy. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that disappointment. They try to come at you from the left, and it's not going to work out for them. As a matter of fact, they're going to wish they never did it. They're going to wish that they would have just sat down at that coffee shop and just talked it over. Right? Saturn don't play. She does not play. She has eyes in the back of her head. She's seen everything. So, Aquarius, we have the Eight of Swords and the Death card, along with the Queen of Pentacles. So I definitely feel some earth energy here. So I don't know if you're dealing with the earth sign, right? So because of this, and Aquarius, you know, you felt like that you cared enough for this individual. You cared enough for, and I feel like it's more of an individual. Some of you, it's like a business relationship, but in this instance, it's about a person. You cared enough about this person to where, like, we may not be together, we may not be romantically involved, we may not even be friends anymore, but, you know, if people ask about you, I'm still gonna give you a good reference. If someone brings up your name, I'll be like, yeah, I know that person, they're good people. But now you're like, any word you get, anyone asks you about them, you're like, who? No, I don't know him. Reference? Wish I could. They kind of blew that with you, right? Just want to expand a little bit more on this Four of Swords, because I want to see where you are mentally, Aquarius. I said I want to see where you are mentally, Aquarius. And there you are. Yep. So they came from the left and it surprised you and it broke your heart and you're like, dang, I didn't know you were capable of coming at me like that, but okay. But guess what? It's almost like, now that I know the truth, now that I know who you are, number one, I feel good about the decision I made by not moving forward with this. But now I can say, ding dong dead done, and I can go on whistling and singing because life is still going to be good for me. Thank you for coming. All right, so let's talk about this sun energy. What? It's so interesting how your sister signs, right? So other air signs, you guys get similar cards. There is a relationship there. I just think it's, you know, spirit just... they tickle me sometimes, you know? So I expanded on that Emperor card and I got the Two of Cups along with the Justice card. Like we already talked about that. Why did you get the Sun card in your moon energy, in spirit, in your emotions, in things that are happening behind spiritual closed doors? Because you will receive justice. So this partnership or this collaboration, this relationship, to where they forced you to like come out of your normal, you know, friendliness nature, to where you had to be this emperor now, and now you have to come with receipts, right? You're going to get your justice. And I expanded on this stressful time and this anxiety, and I have the High Priestess along with the Wheel of Fortune. So that's confirmation. There is no reason to stress about it, because whatever they decided to do is on them. It's not on you, right? So this High Priestess is going to help you with bringing up the truth of the matter, right? So even though they hired or presented or brought in this third party who, you know, I just feel like they're dirty. I feel like they are dirty and they don't mind skewing the truth, which is a lie, right? They don't mind doing that. Like I said, they bring sand to a coffee shop because they plan on throwing it in your face and, you know, saying you did it. Like, I felt that's the energy I get of this third party, this third influence, of this extra influence. And this energy is going to help you bring out the truth, because the thing is, the truth is the truth. There's no hole in the truth, right? And when the High Priestess unscrolls that scroll and it's like A, B, C, D, you get the Wheel of Fortune, baby. So I expanded on that Knight of Swords, and I'm going to do a bit more expansion. And I got the Six of Cups with that. So I don't know if this is someone that's from your past that kind of brought all this stuff to light to begin with, to where you, like I said, like you thought you all were cool. Like, you know, we go way back. And now you coming at me like this, right? Yeah. So with this Knight of Swords, is which I expanded on, we had the Six of Cups. And the feeling I get from that was just complete nostalgia. Just like we used to hang together, we used to do things together, we had great memories. Like, why couldn't you leave me with that? Like, why'd you have to bring in this stuff? Like, for what reason? And I got the Queen of Swords along with the Ace of Swords. So, and this, with this being in your sun energy, pardon me, the truth is definitely going to come out. The truth is going to prevail. And like we said before, the truth is the truth is the truth, right? The truth loves the light, baby. And whoever this Queen of Swords is either going to help you bring this truth, or no, this Queen of Swords is going to help you bring the truth. So I don't know if you have to hire an attorney, because that is not only Libran energy, but that's also one of legal aid. So I don't know if you have to bring in like a legal aid person, but they're going to help you with that. Okay. All right, so let's expand on your immediate present. Pardon me, oh my goodness. So sorry about that. Aquarius. All right, so I expanded on that Seven of Wands. And I got the Ten of Cups along with the Two of Pentacles. So I do feel like that this was... pardon me, Aquarius. I am so sorry. So with this Seven of Wands, and we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Jeez Louise. With that energy, I feel like that this choice that was made to challenge you, to challenge this, right? To challenge your way of thinking, to challenge how things were already working out. And I felt like they just kind of jumped the gun, right? It did something to this. Like, I almost feel like you called him fam. Like, what up, fam? How you doing, fam? You know? Like, you kind of saw him as that. Like, you didn't see him as any other thing. You could not even talk to this person for 4 or 5 years, and you see him and you need a place to stay? You need some money in your pocket? You need some food? Let's go out. Like, that's how you thought you were. And once we started doing this, it kind of, it made the ball roll to where it affected this, right? And then I expanded on that Seven of Cups, and we got the King of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So definitely there's a collaboration of some sort that was challenged, and it wasn't a good challenge. It just, gosh, you know how, so I have this friend, I'm gonna try to explain this. I have this friend, and I always explain to people, like, before you meet this particular friend, just know certain things. For example, if she says, hey, do you like chocolate milk? And you're like, nope, I don't like chocolate milk. And then all of a sudden this person will say, oh, you don't like black people? Right? And you're like, what? I just said I didn't like chocolate milk. Like, where did that come from? So now all of a sudden you look like the crazy person because you said you didn't like chocolate milk, and now they're trying to make you into a racist, right? So that's what I feel like happened in this situation. It's like, I didn't even say that. How did you even come up with that? So I feel like this happened at work. It happened in a partnership. It happened in a collaboration. Like, it just got Looney Tune crazy, right? All the things they were saying and bringing up, and these stories and ideas, right? It kind of affected our workplace, our collaborative efforts, our relationship, right? The things we did together. And I feel like that it wasn't only like this one individual that you kind of did things with. It was like you had a group of friends or a group of colleagues to where it was like, you all did things together. So now that relationship is obviously severed, it's just going to feel a little different going to those outings because you have all the same friends. You might run into each other and it's like you had to bring all this weirdness for what? Like, that's your feeling, Aquarius. And I hope my little story didn't offend anyone. Okay. So let's expand on this Ten of Swords, your center card, your center energy. Why did they decide to go toe-to-toe with you, Aquarius? I have no idea. So you have the Fool card, along with the King of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Like, why did they even go toe-to-toe with you? This is how I feel. I feel like you're like, okay, so you want to do this, we did it. And at the end of the day, you're not even bothered. Like, they thought they were going to get you. They thought they were going to put a little pinhole in your balloon. And you're like, I am still out here, loving life, living life. Even after you did that, I'm good. Like, as a matter of fact, I'm unbothered. Unbothered. Look at his face. He is unbothered. I'm about to get in my car. About to go live my life. I'm about to move forward without you anyway. Aquarius. Listen, I don't even think I need to expand anymore. I think what's said is said, what's done is done, Aquarius. Bravo. Sorry you had to go through it. But, Hattis Daughter is always here for you. Be sure to subscribe and make a comment below. I'd love to choose one of you to give a complimentary reading to. Also, I'll see you next month. I absolutely adore you, Aquarius.